everyone, and welcome back to the Easy English channel. I'm Olivia, thrilled to be here with all of you today.
And I'm Steve. It's great to connect with our amazing listeners. Today, we're diving into a topic that so many of you have asked about, something truly foundational for boosting your English fluency: how to start thinking in English and genuinely speed up your learning process.
Absolutely, Steve. It's one of the most common questions we get, right? Learners often ask, how can I finally stop translating every single word in my head before I speak or understand? And honestly, if this sounds like you, please don't worry. You are absolutely not alone in this experience.
That's so true, Olivia. It's a completely natural stage, especially when you're starting out. Thinking in English doesn't just happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and most importantly, consistent effort. But here's the good news. With just a few small daily habits, you absolutely can build this skill and make it a part of your English journey.
Exactly. So let's jump right into our first step, which is surprisingly simple but incredibly effective. Start using very simple English in your mind. We're talking about basic, everyday thoughts.
Yeah, think of it as training wheels for your brain. For instance, when you first wake up in the morning, instead of thinking in your native language, try to consciously think, "Good morning," or "I need coffee." When you're eating breakfast, maybe it's something as basic as, "This food is good," or "I like this." And when you're heading out the door, walking to school or work, just mentally say, "I am going to school," or "I am going to work." The goal here is to create a direct link between the object or action and the English word, bypassing the translation step altogether.
That's such a key point, Steve. You really don't need to try and form big, complex, or grammatically perfect sentences in your head at this stage. The power comes from starting small. Simple words and phrases are incredibly powerful because they build those initial neural pathways. It's like building blocks, you know? You start with the most basic ones.
Exactly. And this leads us perfectly into our second step, which is a bit of an extension of the first, but takes it a little further. Talk to yourself in English. And before you think, "Oh, that sounds a bit crazy," hear us out.
It might feel a little unusual at first, but it's super effective. You can do this out loud if you're alone at home, maybe in your room, or you can even do it very quietly in your head, just like an internal monologue. The point is to verbalize, even if it's just internally, your thoughts.
For sure. So, for example, throughout your day, you might say to yourself, I need water," or "Wow, I'm feeling a bit tired today," or "You know what? Today is actually a really good day." These simple declarative statements help to make English feel more natural and active in your daily life. It's practicing your speaking even when there's no one else around. It builds muscle memory for your brain and mouth, even if it's just internal articulation. You're giving your brain active practice in forming complete thoughts in English.
And that really does help your brain get used to processing and generating English spontaneously, which is the ultimate goal, isn't it? It smooths out those mental rough edges.
Absolutely. It really trains your brain to switch gears, you know? It's like, okay, English mode activated. And then our third step is all about making English a bigger part of your world. Change your environment.
Yes, immerse yourself. Even if you don't live in an English-speaking country, you can create your own English-speaking bubble. Start by listening to English music. Don't just listen passively, try to understand the lyrics. Watch short English videos. YouTube is full of amazing content, from vlogs to educational clips. And follow English pages or creators on social media that align with your interests.
That's a fantastic point, Olivia. It's about surrounding yourself with the language. If you love cooking, follow English-speaking chefs. If you're into gaming, find English streamers. The key is consistent, manageable exposure. Even just 10 or 15 minutes a day of active engagement, really trying to understand what you're hearing or reading, makes an incredible difference over time. It keeps English present in your mind, almost like a constant background hum that your brain gets used to.
And here's a really big tip, probably one of the most crucial pieces of advice we can give you. Please, please don't be afraid of making mistakes. This is a huge mental block for so many learners.
Oh, absolutely. Mistakes are not failures. They are absolutely essential parts of the learning process. Every single mistake you make is actually a sign that you are trying, that you are pushing your boundaries, and that you are actively engaging with the language. And honestly, that's amazing. Think about it. A mistake is just feedback. It tells you where you need to adjust, where you need to learn more. If you're not making mistakes, you're probably not pushing yourself enough.
It's so true. We often forget that we learned our very first language by listening, repeating, and making countless mistakes as children. English is really no different. It's a natural, organic process. Embrace the wobbles.
Exactly. And tying into that, here's another powerful technique. Try to think in pictures, not in translation. This is a bit of a mental trick that helps you build direct associations.
Can you elaborate on that a bit, Steve? What does thinking in pictures actually mean in practice for our listeners?
Sure. So let's say you hear or read the word apple. Instead of thinking of the word for apple in your native language, try to immediately visualize an actual apple in your mind. See its color, its shape, maybe even imagine biting into it. Or if you hear running, picture someone running. This method trains your brain to connect the English word directly with the concept or the real-life object or action, rather than going through an extra translation step. It helps create a more intuitive and faster understanding of English, building those direct mental links.
That makes so much sense, Steve. It's like cutting out the middleman, essentially. Instead of English/native language/concept, it becomes English/concept. That's a huge leap in efficiency for your brain.
Precisely. And we really want to stress that learning English or any language is definitely a journey. Some days are going to feel incredibly easy and you'll feel like you're flying, understanding everything. Other days, they'll feel a bit harder, and you might feel frustrated or like you're not making progress. That's totally normal.
But the absolute key is to not give up. Those little steps you take every single day, those simple thoughts, those internal conversations, that exposure to English content, they all add up to big results over time. You are truly smarter and more capable than you probably give yourself credit for. You absolutely can learn to think in English.
Yes, truly believe in yourself. Practice these habits daily, even for just a few minutes, and honestly, try to enjoy the process. Celebrate the small victories, because every little step forward is progress. You've got this.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Easy English channel today. We hope these tips help you on your path to thinking in English.
Keep learning, keep smiling, and most importantly, keep practicing those English thoughts.
We'll catch you next time. See you next time.